Today's morning coffee vinyl side, Ricky Nelson, Songs by Ricky, 1959. This English pressing of Ricky Nelson's fourth album was released when Ricky was 19 years old. Hot off his performance in the John Wayne motion picture Rio Bravo and co-starring with his family in the 8th season of the Ozzy and Harriet show, Ricky, with 3 successful albums behind him and some top-charting singles, was on top of the world in 1959. But as you listen to this album, you can't not feel a tension between what these songs are and what they could have been. Something was holding them back. In 1959, Elvis was AWOL from the rock and roll scene, having been drafted into the U.S. Army and removed from the field of play. Little Richard had gotten lost in his own abstractions, abandoning rock music and extravagance for religious faith. Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and J.P. the Big Bopper Richardson had been killed in a plane crash, and the establishment had targeted black artists like Chuck Berry for selective enforcement. Chuck would find himself in violation of the Mann Act at the end of the year, leading to his imprisonment. Jerry Lee Lewis, Jerry had stalled out after his marriage to his 13-year-old cousin became international news. The Everly Brothers were headed towards their own crossroads, and Pat Boone was secure in his position as the Vanilla King. So this begs the question, what held Ricky back from really bringing the rock to the people? The shortcomings are evident when you listen to the music, specifically the vocal performances. They lack commitment. They're sung too clean. Ricky's voice is too pleasant, too pretty. 20% more energy, 20% more commitment, and we'd been looking at an entirely different outcome. Penned by outside writers, did Ricky just not have an affinity for the lyrics? What was needed here was a vocal producer to pull better, more compelling performances out of Ricky. If I could go back in time, I'd love to have the opportunity to have produced this. Then again, if I could go back in time, I'd probably tell Buddy, Richie, and JP to have taken the bus.